Hey guys, I'm Chef Pam and this is Chef and More. We are getting ready to bake up some Southern homemade, big fluffy biscuits, guys. I'm going to do these biscuits 3 ways. Just keep watching to see what those 3 ways are. But guys, I am making these biscuits especially and specifically for Mack's Kitchen and Grill. If you do not know who Mack's Kitchen and Grill is, his link is in the description. Check him out and let's get busy. Okay guys, we have all our ingredients here already, and as you can see, it's very minimal. Okay, first of all, this is going to be the mix for our basic biscuits, and then we'll create the other ones from the exact same batter. So I have flour here, guys. This is about 5 cups of flour because I'm making quite a few. I have 3 sticks of cold butter that's been in the freezer, guys. Probably going to use about 2.5 sticks. We're going to grate that butter right into this flour. We're going to be adding about 1/2 cup of sugar and about 2 tablespoons of baking powder. And then, guys, we're going to mix it with water. This is just room temperature water. I know it's going against the grain. Everybody thinks you need ice cold water, but not for these biscuits. You need room temperature water. Okay guys, so we're going to get this started right now. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is just kind of run a whisk through our flour, make sure there's no lumps. You can sift it if you want to. I find that's not necessary. Put in your sugar. Put in your baking powder. Okay guys, you want to get that mixed in really well. Now guys, we're going to take our grate using the larger section here. We're just going to put it on the top of the flour, and we are going to just grate our butter right down into it. Then we'll cut it in after we've got it all grated. So you just want to hold your grate down and grate. Just grate the butter down in there. Just like that. See what we're getting? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and grate this butter up, and we'll be right back. Okay guys, as you can see, I've got my butter all grated into the flour, and now I'm just going to take my pastry cutter, and if you don't have one of these, you can simply use a fork. But at this point, we need to incorporate the butter into the flour. You want the flour to look like coarse crumbs, either one. Just want it crumbly, real crumbly, guys. Okay, so I'm going to continue to just incorporate this butter into the flour, and we'll be right back when it's all incorporated. Okay guys, so I know you are all wondering, what are the 3 biscuits that we are making today? Well guys, like I said, we're going to make a nice, fluffy, soft, delicious Southern homemade biscuit. And then we're going to make a cinnamon and raisin biscuit with that nice, delicious icing on top. And guys, the famous cheddar biscuits. Yes, we're going to make cinnamon raisin biscuits, cheddar biscuits, and just regular Southern biscuits. So come on guys, let's get to baking. Okay guys, as you can see, it looks nice and crumbly. It's no longer exactly smooth, and that's exactly what we want. Now it's time for us to put our room temperature water in. And guys, you want to add the water a little bit at a time. And you can tell when you've got enough water in here because you want it to be sticky to your fingers when you touch it, and then you know you're done. So first thing we're going to do is get our water in here. Then we're going to make our regular ones first, and after that we're going to divide the rest of it into 2 parts so that we can do our cheddar and our cinnamon and raisin. So I'm just going to start. Do not pour all your water in at once. Pour a little bit in at a time, because as we all know, we can add more, but we cannot take it out. Okay. You want it to form a nice dough. And guys, you can do this in a food processor as well. But I like to do practical cooking, which means everybody doesn't have a food processor or a pastry cutter. So you can use a fork or you can do it by hand like I'm doing. So you don't need the fancy gadgets and the fancy tools. They're nice, they're time saving, but we can work with what we have. Okay, it's coming together. We'll keep adding water until we get it all mixed together. So I'm just going to keep adding water here a little bit at a time, and we'll be back to show you just how it forms together. Okay guys, it's time to roll out this dough. And if you do not have a cookie cutter or a pastry cutter to roll your dough out with, guys, you can simply use a glass. Now I actually have one, but I really prefer using my glass. So that's what we're going to use today. Okay guys, our dough is sticky. See, it's sticky. See, it's sticking to my fingers. See, it's sticky. Okay, so we have to wash that off. You want to start with dry hands. Okay, I'm going to sit this aside, and you need some extra flour. Make sure your countertop is nice and clean, guys, because we're going to be using this to roll out our dough. So you just want to sprinkle some on here. So we spread our flour around on our countertop or whatever surface you were using. And since we're making 3 kinds, I'm not going to dump all this dough out at once. You also want to put a little flour on your rolling pin. Then we're just going to put some of our dough right down on here. I'm going to try to divide this evenly by eye here. Okay. Take a little flour, put it on the top, as well as get it off of your spoon. Okay, set the spoon aside. Alright guys, now we want to grab up some of this flour and we just want to incorporate it until we make a soft dough. This is where you need to be careful. You do not want to overwork your dough or you will have tough biscuits, guys. Tough biscuits. Okay, I'm going to roll this out some. Put a little flour around the rim of your glass or your cookie cutter, whatever you are using. Press down, give it a twist, and that's it. Put a little bit more flour. Do not worry about flour on the top. That will be taken care of in the end when we do our final butter on top of them. And you just want to go around this circle until you have them all cut out. Okay, I am going to go ahead and put them in my dish here. Make sure you guys can see that. I'm just laying them in the dish. Up against one another. You want them to touch because that will help the rise. This is the way you want to put them in there, guys. You want to make sure they're touching because when they touch each other, they help each other rise up. Okay, so I'm going to bang the rest of these plain ones out and then we'll be back to make our cinnamon raisin and cheddar ones. Okay guys, so we're going to do our cheddar ones next. We're going to add some more flour down here. And again, we're going to see if we can eye this. This flour out here. Okay, let's see. Now I'm going to leave the most there that's in there for me eyeing it for my cinnamon and raisin. Okay guys, now here guys I have cheddar cheese. This is white cheddar and just the basic yellow cheddar. I like to use both kinds because you want that good cheddar flavor, but you don't want your biscuits to turn out yellow either. So I'm going to put a good amount in here and we're going to work it through our dough. Again, you do not want to overwork your dough. A little bit more flour, but you want the cheddar mixed completely through there. And we will clean our surface off after we do the cheddar biscuits so that we will have a good amount of room for our cinnamon raisin biscuits. Okay guys, so you just want to work this cheddar in there. You want to make sure you have quite a bit of cheddar in there. After all, you need that flavor. Okay, now let's just get these rolled out. Again, you want to put a little flour around whatever you're using. Press down and twist. Okay, guys, put that in there. Again, we're not separating them. I just put that biscuit right here, so we're just going to keep lining them up. When this pan runs out, we'll get another one if we need it. Okay, so I'm going to bang these cheddar ones out and we'll be right back. Okay guys, we are now ready for our cinnamon raisin. This is about the much dough we have left. We tried to divide it equally. We have here our cinnamon and our raisins. So the first thing, guys, that we want to do is sprinkle in our raisins. And you can use as many or as less raisins as you want. It just depends on your taste and what you're looking to get out of them. I'm going to put those all in there. And the cinnamon you want to put in here, do not mix your raisins just yet because you're going to mix in your cinnamon. But you don't want to mix your cinnamon in too much because you want it to be swirled and not completely. So I actually said don't mix in your raisins, but what I meant to say was mix in your raisins. Okay, so you want to mix your raisins in because once you put your cinnamon in, you do not want to mix it too much. It needs to be like a swirl. Okay, so we got our raisins in there. That's good enough for the raisins. And then you want to take this and gently sprinkle in some cinnamon. No rhyme, no reason, just sprinkle it in. Sprinkle it in, just like that. And then you want to take your spoon or whatever, and just like you would swirl a cake, you want to swirl this in. You're not stirring it, you're not mixing it, you're swirling it in. That's all we need to do, guys. Okay. And if you don't think you have enough cinnamon in there, you can always sprinkle a little more, which I think I'm going to sprinkle just a tad bit more, not much. Just want a little bit more in there. Make sure I cut it through. You want to make sure you're also cutting through to the bottom too. But you don't want to mix it in because you don't want that dough to be brown. And that's good enough. See what that looks like? Okay. Now back to the flour and the rolling it out. And you'll see as I roll it out that it will swirl even more. So we just dump all of this out here now because we are done with 3 types. Okay. I'm gonna get all this love out of this bowl, guys. You don't want to leave any love in your bowl. Bake and cook with love, guys, and it'll turn out right every single time. There's no rhyme or reason. It's easy. Just put a little love in it, guys. Put a little love in it. Okay, let's set this bowl aside. All right, and again, we need to sprinkle a little of our flour on top. and knead it again to a soft dough, not overworking it. Okay. We're gonna roll this out. See how it's coming out nice and swirl, guys? Can you see the, I almost said chocolate. Can you see the cinnamon swirl in there, guys? That's what we want. And the raisins. That's what we are looking for. Again, press down. And I have room for a couple more in this tray. But you know what? I'm going to put all my cinnamon raisins in a different one because we have to ice these. And it'll be easier to ice them. The icing won't get on any other ones. So we'll just put these over here. Just put these over here. Okay, guys. Gonna bang these out and we'll be back. Okay, guys, so we have all of our biscuits made and they are ready to be baked. Okay, guys, our biscuits are all ready to be baked. So we're going to put them in a 425-degree oven for about 20-25 minutes. And then we'll be ready to ice the cinnamon raisin ones and we will be done. Yes. Okay, let's get them in the oven. Okay, guys, our biscuits are out of the oven and they are piping hot. Piping hot, guys. Okay, so the first thing you want to do when they come out of the oven is brush every last single biscuit with melted butter. You want to brush the tops with melted butter, guys. Delicious! Oh, they smell so good. I don't know if you guys can see that steam coming out of there. Amazing. These are the plain and the cheddar. Yes, and I'm going to turn this around because I want you to see how this cheddar is coming out of here on these biscuits. In just a second, let me get these buttered as well. And then, guys, yes, I'm buttering the ones that are cinnamon and raisin. And as they cool just a tiny bit, you need them to cool a tiny bit before you put your icing on. Otherwise, it'll just run completely off. So we're going to let them cool just a minute while we actually make up our icing. And then we will get them all iced up. Okay, guys. Delicious, delicious, delicious. I'm going to turn this around just so that you can see that cheese oozing out. Look at the cheese coming out of that biscuit, guys. Doesn't that look delicious? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so I'm going to set these aside. We're going to go ahead and make our icing. Okay, guys, so for our icing, we have about 2/3 cup of confectionery sugar, powdered sugar, and to that we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla and a teaspoon of warm water. You just want to stir it until it's nice and smooth. If it comes out a little bit too liquid for you, you can always add a little bit more powdered sugar. Okay. And you just want to keep stirring, guys, until it's nice and smooth and you don't have any lumps in there or anything. Yes, can you see how nice and smooth that is, guys? Yes. Okay. So we're going to let this icing sit a minute or two. It'll thicken up just a little bit, as well as let the biscuits cool so that it won't just run off. And we'll be back. And guys, while that is cooling off, we're going to go ahead and give this cheddar biscuit a taste. How about that? I'm going to break this open so you guys can see it. Oh, it's still hot. It's hot. It's hot. Cut it open this way. See, the bottom is nice and crispy, guys, around these edges. Delicious. Oh, it's hot. Can you see the steam coming out of that? Can you see that steam? Ooh, look at that, guys. It is fluffy. And that's why I use the white and orange cheddar because you can see a little of the orange, but it has the flavor without all the yellow. Okay, guys, we're gonna give this a taste, guys. Yes. Oh, it is piping hot, piping hot, piping hot. The cheddar, the cheddar, the cheddar, the cheddar, the cheddar. Oh my God, the cheddar. Guys, this is so delicious. It is piping hot though. I can't stop this time from the Icing The Biscuits. Look at that, guys. Look at that. See the cheddar in there, through there? Can't see it at a distance, but you can see it now. See that cheddar through there? Delicious. Crispy texture on the outside. Nice, soft and fluffy on the inside. What more can you ask for, guys? Okay, I need to stop so we can ice our biscuits. Okay, guys, so the only thing you want to do here is pretty much just pour it on. My whisk in there. Woo. Just pour it on, pour it on. And you can completely cover them if you like. I kind of like to drizzle mine because it spreads. Yes. Delicious, delicious, delicious. Okay, guys. And there you have it. These are our cinnamon raisin biscuits. And here we have all three kinds together. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Leave me some comments. Tell me which is your favorite biscuit in the comments. Share this video out, guys. Tell everyone you know that Chef and More is over here cooking up easy meals, step by step, showing you how to do it too. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. The good Lord willing and the creek don't rise.